Well, thanks. Now we'll get that
Are you
compliment
going
the
to
rest of the day.
going to work after this? You look like fresh and showered. And I was like, whoa,
Why do you look so nice?
I was like, I better step up my game.
Sometimes I have to do something.
I have on a mic because I'm filming this one today.
I didn't sign any releases.
I know, there are no releases for the filming. But if you guys need a link to it, I'll have one and then you'll have a...
Your presence
Have a
is your
whole thing.
permission.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
I'll let my agent
Oh,
talk.
yes, by all means. Good, Mary. Thank you.
Okay, so go ahead and squat behind your ball. You guys each have one set of weights. You might want to just take a look and see if you like the weight that you got or if you want to switch them out for a heavier one. And then you should also have a slam board and one blue little Bosu ball. Will be right behind you or in front of you. If I just squat down behind your ball, tuck the pelvis toward the ball, and touch the pubic bone toward the ball. So you're tucked all the way in, and then as you curl over the ball, you're gonna lengthen the spine, face the ball, and let the head dangle. As your feet come off the floor, relax them. I think you're top right, Gail. So you load the feet, and then as you pop off, just relax the toes. Try not to lift too much through the ankles. And then feel, if you're feeling your shoulders load, then your spine and your head are probably in position. If you feel the back of your neck, then probably haven't made it to that relaxation of the spine. When did you get excited to see Bailey when you see her now? I thought that I saw Ben. I thought I saw Ben's car at Noodles, and I was like, oh, there he is. So I'm stalking him through the entire, shopping center. And then I went back to the car and realized it wasn't his. Yeah. All right, now just land into the hands. Your whole hand should be on the ground. And then let the head be heavy toward the floor. And you'll feel as soon as you let the head be heavy, your shoulders do more work. This is important because you want that shoulder stability so that the neck doesn't have to do what the shoulders should be doing. Let the head be down and then bounce off the hands. And it should be a throbbing so that you load into the hands and then press off. And as soon as you feel the depth of the whole load, that's when you just pop off. And then press back, hug the ball to you, tuck the pelvis just a little bit more, get into the strong arch of the foot, so just really active through the arch, and then on the ball of the foot, all 10 toes contacting the ground. And then play with the angle of the heel, so as you bounce, you can take the heels a little wider, so that the foot's a little more straightforward, and get more of the rotators of the hip opened up. And then launch off the feet going into the dive. The head will come off the ball, the hands will go wider. As you go forward, look at where the ball meets the floor. And then reach the top of the head away from you. Jamie, you might have to lose that blanket that you're wearing. Are you cold? I mean, it's 90 degrees outside. I don't know if you can do the dive with that going on. That's on video. You'll go for one more dive. And then you're going to take the whole body over the ball. Make sure that you're really draped over the ball. So even if you have to come off and then get back on, you want half of the body in front, half of it in back. Hands are going to go out wide and farther away from you than under your shoulders. And then relax the lower body and start to slither side to side. You're using the hands to get the push. The lower body should respond. If it's staying still and you're just feeling like you're just going left and right instead of slithering, then you need to relax the lower body a little bit more. Then give more action to the hands once you feel that, so that you can get the shoulder blades more involved. So this should feel more like a predatory slither. Bob, you can make fun of me on video, it's okay if you want to.
Oh God, were you hearing all my comments?
I was hearing them in your head.
Yeah, you got a little hand action going on.
I am a Jedi, Bob. Alright, then you're gonna spin up to one side and open up, push the toes away, lengthen, find the edge of the ball as you snake with twist, and then use your back hand to pull you back on top of the ball. Push the other hand into the floor, twist, engage your core and reach with the toes, and then bring it back in. So big difference between engaging through the ball class and maybe like weightlifting is not bracing the core. So you should always be able to breathe even though the core is active. Whereas if you're bracing, then you're, that deep exhale and holding your breath. You want to keep breathing. And now you'll add a little knee bend as you go up to the other side. Push your toes away and then bend your knees. Reach for the shoulder that's on the floor. Get a deep stretch. Let it go a little farther. And then pull the back hand back. Push the toes away. Bend the knees. Reach just a little farther. And then pull it back in. So twist, bend, and reach. And then you'll go one more to the other side. And then bring that all the way back. Okay, all the way back on your knees. Take your hands on top of the ball. You'll go to the wave. So you'll push the ball away and then scoop it back up. So nice long spine and then hollowing on the return. Walk your knees all the way together. So you press the knees toward each other. Really, it looks so good. It's amazing how hard this is for some people. If they've never really moved their spine, how chunky it is. But you guys are really smooth. You're gonna go for 2 more. And then go through the beginning of the next one. You'll go up to cat pose, scoop up, then flatten the back, walk the knees back together if they've drifted, and then hinge over the knees, lengthening forward, then draw the hips back. So this movement's only like 4 to 6 inches, and you're reaching the head through the mirror, and then pulling the tail through the back wall, so that you're reducing the pressure in the shoulders, and really staying anchored in your core. Get a little lower, get a little more flat back. There you go. I hear you thinking, Bailey. Okay, and then with a nice straight spine, sit your hips all the way back into your heels, walk your hands on top of the ball, push the ball away, and then drive the shoulders down into the pockets. So you're gonna lift and then lower. You're working to find that extra edge down into the pocket of the shoulders. That's your deep muscles in the back. You'll just go for 2 more there, and then as you finish that one out, walk the hands out to the side of the ball. Let's twist open to the left, drive back into the core, hold the core strong, and then spin from your center to move the ball. So the hands should feel very light on the ball. Core is strong, and then increase the range of motion by driving the rib cage up and pushing the hip back. And try to think about lengthening through the top of the head so that you're not pulling through the back of the neck as you work the ball side to side. And you can add the thread if you'd like. Push the hand through, lift the rib cage a little higher, drive the hip back. And then it'll switch. And do just a couple more. And then bring that back up. Take your ball back to your ball stand. Grab your slant board and grab your little blue BOSU ball. You'll go slant board down the hill. Oh, thanks. Okay, so let's go on the second one, or the first one, Bob. Okay, and then the toes are going downhill. Reach them away from you, push the ball of the foot into the ground, and then use your hand and hollow up your abs so your back lengthens, and then lift the ball up. And then balancing on one foot, set your shoulder. Think tall through the crown of the head and down through the ground. And then you'll circle the ball, go the other way. And then switch hands, lift up. Just reset the whole spine, so drive your foot down, lift up tall, and then circle. And then go the other way. And then add a little single leg squat. So just little quick ones at first, small knee bends. Then either stay with those little small knee bends or you're gonna load into single leg squat and then push off. So go down, 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 rise up. You're gonna spring out of the floor. Make that a little quicker action up. And just go for one more. And then you're gonna switch to arches up. So we're all gonna turn to our right. You'll go back to the right hand. Reach your toes forward and spread your big toe away from the other toes and push it down into the board. And then lift up in the right hand. And balance, find a little circle in the right hand. You're resisting rolling down the hill, so you want to keep the big toe pressing down into the board. And then switch hands. Keep going with that. And then change your circle to go the other way. And then add the knee bends. Just small ones at first. And feel for the foot staying stable on the ground. And then load it a little slower and then pop up. Go for one more, and then you're gonna come off and you'll turn around and go arches downhill. So toes are going forward. Now you're looking to not allow the ankle to drop in. You're trying to pull it up the hill. And then the right hand takes the ball. Hollow your abs, lift your torso, set your shoulder, and then circle. So if you're somebody who has like really rounded shoulders or you feel tight in the front of the shoulders, it might be coming from your middle. So you want to feel that lift in the torso to pull out of that. Everybody's probably a little guilty of that. And then you'll switch hands. Stay tall. Feel the strength of the arches now. And then switch your circle and go the other way. And you can test the knee bends here. For some of you, it's not going to feel good to knee bend in this direction, but just test it with the little ones. And if it feels good, you can go a little deeper and keep the foot strong as you go. My knees tend to go in a little bit, so I don't really like this one because it goes the way I want it to go instead of the way I don't want it to go. And then you're going to come up. You'll face the back of the room now, standing on the left foot. Still. And reach the toes straight up the board, and then press the ball of the foot into the board. Hold your BOSU ball in front of you, and then start to toss the ball side to side. So you're just going to go right and left. So just side to side. Every time the ball touches your hand, your core will fire. So that's the whole core rather than just straight down the front. You should feel that as soon as the hand touches the ball, you get active through your center. Then you're going to start to spin your torso over your leg, driving your leg down into the board, and then rotating over it. And then start to follow the ball with your eyes. And get taller, so pushing the leg down and taking the head up. And then spin everything. So just the foot stays stable, but the leg and the torso spin around. You'll feel all the spirals of the leg. And then come off of that. I just feel the difference between the left leg and the right leg. When you bend forward, you can tell the whole leg is more awake. The right foot's gonna go down the board. We go to the other side. So reach the toes down, press the ball of the foot into the board, and then the left hand goes. You'll lift the torso, set the shoulder, and then circle that around. And then switch your circle, go the other way. Switch hands. So watching for things like the left hip lifting up, you want to keep it level. And then drive the foot down. Feel for if your knee is straight, you want to go for a straight knee, not totally locked out, but straight. And then start your single leg squats. And then a little bit slower on the lowering pace, pop it up. Just go for 2 more. Good, and then 1. And then you're gonna spin to the windows. So arches uphill, reach the toes away. Ball goes in the left hand. Okay, hollow your abs, lift your torso, set your shoulder, and then circle. And the big toe is strong, and you're pressing up into the hill. And then switch your circle, go the other way. And then switch hands. Okay, reset the spine, especially hollowing of the abs. And then switch your circle, go the other way, add single leg squats. Slowing down the squat and then coming up quick. You'll go for maybe 2 more there. And then turn yourself around. And go arches downhill. So check out the toes, make sure the big toe is reaching down the hill instead of being squished up toward your other toes. And then fire the toes hard into the board. Go with the left hand with the ball first. Okay, and then hollow, lift, and circle. You should really feel the hip cranking. So this is making this whole spiral of the leg work with the outside of the hip. So a lot of us have weakness in the outside of the hip. Fixing that. And then switch your circle if you haven't done that already. And then switch hands, hollow and lift. And then switch that circle, make it go the other way. And then test out the single leg squats. And then come on, face the back of the room, toes are going up the hill. Reach the toes away, press them down into the board, and the ball's just going in front of you. And toss it side to side. Trying to stand on one leg, and what you're feeling for when you start to move, when you start to spin the torso, think if you had a plumb line going straight through you, so like the barbell's going straight through you. When you start to spin, don't bend the barbell. Okay, so you don't want to take the shoulders with you. Instead, drive the foot through the ground, drive the head through the ceiling, and spin around the same axis the whole time. And then take your eyes with you, but maintain that axis. So you should probably have to get taller as you turn in order to stay on the axis. And then drive the foot down, drive the head up, And feel the whole body twisting against itself. So the foot's twisting down to the floor, the head is twisting up into the ceiling. You should feel like a corkscrew in both directions. Good, and then come off of that and you can take your sandboard away. Grab your bells and your ball.
Anybody have threes and wants 2.8s?
I have 3.8s. Good call, Tom.
Torqued my shoulder.
Was that a 2.8?
The 3.8s last time, they were like, wow.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot.
well it depends on the exercise, yeah. Okay, so palms go forward, toes are going straight forward, and then nice and strong in the pelvis. And then you're gonna curl up and lower down. So the sun's getting a little lower, because this is only the 8 o'clock. And now we have sun, or maybe we just haven't had much sun in class. So really quick on the way up and then slowly down. Try to keep the forearms parallel with the ground and just move from the hand and the wrist. And then turn your bells so the handles are going to be vertical. Lift from the thumb and the wrist and shake like maracas. And then go overhand grip for pouring out. So it's going to bounce out and then control in. So even though you keep all 5 fingers on handles, you want to let the handle open the wrist and then you control it back. And then flip your hands to underhand grip and you'll go to pouring in and then out. Keep all 5 fingers on each hand on the handle. And then feel the spin of the forearm. So try not to allow the elbow to go out to the side, just spinning the forearm with the bells. Okay, and then set the feet one more time. So bring the feet right out in front of you. You're balanced on the ball, overhand grip, and we're going to figure 8. So you pull through and then flip out. Let the hand open now. And let the elbows and shoulders move with the wrists. And then try to go faster with it. So getting more reverse in the motion, being strong in your spine, tall in your spine. I was waiting for us to hit. Okay, and then the bells are going down on the thighs. Flip the bells over, spread your fingers, and then lower your forearms parallel, and then lift back up. Okay, so this is your end range. Then you're going to slowly lower down, push it back up. Slowly down and up. Just go for 2 more, trying to keep the hands open as you go. Okay, and then the bells will go up by your shoulders. Drop down into squat, take your head back over the ball. And then find your squat with reach, lengthening through until you get your belly button all the way facing the ceiling. And then pull back in, drive your feet to the floor, drive your hips into the ball. So the hips are always connected to the ball, and they're the point, they're the fulcrum between your feet and your head. When you're ready, add your squat with reach. So you'll send the bells all the way back, reach them overhead, tension out the core, and then draw yourself back in. Every time you come in, drive the feet into the floor and send the hips back toward the ball. And then you can also add a circle. So you'll reach and then reach the bells away. We're a little close to the circle, but try it. Reach the bells away, keep the shoulders nice and long and open. Try to send your arms past the bells as you open up. Don't worry, you're not going too fast. Just find your way. And then go for 1 more. Then come down, turn onto your side. So you'll go right foot forward, left leg is long, reach the bell overhead and rest your head on the right arm. And start to do side toss. Sending it down into the floor. You're gonna reach the left rib cage over. You get a little extra movement. Think of going down into the floor and then bouncing up. And then change your angle if you'd like to change your angle. Feel if you've got a little more tightness in the side of the body as you open. And if you go forward a little bit, getting a little bit of the shoulder. And then bringing that back to your back. You'll switch sides. Bob, you went the other way, but you're going to find out right now. But come on.
I just wanted the class to see my perfect form. Just how good I am.
Okay, and then the bottom leg is strong, the foot is square on the floor, and then the right leg is nice and long. Okay, and then the head is always staying on the left bicep. The right side of the neck is relaxed except for your left side. Yep, and then toss down into the floor and bounce it back up. That's good, Mark. That's opening up. And then bring that all the way back onto your back. Sit all the way up. And then bring your feet right in front of you again and walk yourself out to bridge. 2 bells in your hands. Should have mentioned that one. 2 bells in your hands. Then you're taking them back by your ears, palms facing the back wall. Elbows are parallel and in sight. You'll take a breath and then exhale, slide the bells down the ball. And then inhale, pull them back up. Press your feet down into the floor and hollow your abs as if we're balancing something on the lower core. And then relax the neck. So as you let the bells down, the neck is open, and then you feel the shoulder blades slide. If your neck is really tight in front, you won't even notice your shoulder blades. Okay, and then on the next one, bring your bells all the way forward. Take them onto your hips. Slide your hands through so that your hands are facing the water, and then open your hands so that they're by your hips. This is angle bell lift. So you'll reach for your knees and lift up and down 2 inches. Press the toes down, hollow the abs again, and reach the arms as far as you can, keeping the shoulders open in front. Collarbone is wide. And you can move them faster, but not farther. So stay in this, squeezing the muscles underneath the arm into the rib cage. Then bring the bells to your hips, switch your grip. So you're going to underhand grip. Put the hands back where they were. And then roll the right bell to the left hip. Open up on a diagonal, circle around. Left bell goes to the right hip, open up and circle around. So the palm is open as you push away in the sword pull. You go slowly at first until you have the coordination. Then you're going to go faster and you'll swing it around. Let the ball move underneath you. Let it take a little bit of a bounce. And just go for it. You want to reach far past the bells, so don't worry if you're going to run into someone. You'll just run into each other and then keep going. Okay, and then bring that back in. Just check your feet. So come up for a second. Toes are going to go forward, then go back onto your shoulder blades. This time, chin to the ceiling. Press the feet down, hollow your abs, and then cross your arms over your chest. So the elbows are right in front of your chin. You'll slam the bells into the ball, and then slam the elbows into the ball. So the elbow angle stays the same, and the palms are always open to the ceiling. So the palms keep switching direction to stay open to the ceiling. And then let the front of the shoulder bounce and respond to the ball. And you're looking for that like elastic. Relax and then move. Relax and move, relax and move. Go to overhead toss. Let's go 2 bells today. So toes forward on your shoulder blades, chin to the ceiling, and then 2 arms overhead holding the handles. Relax the neck and then toss the bells down, allowing the shoulders to relax into the ball. You can open to like an open palm if you want, so there's not so much grip in the hand, and that'll let the shoulders open. If you're hypermobile, then you might keep your grip and reach the bells away. So if you've got really, really flexible or loose, unstable shoulders, it's hard for you to do push-ups, then reach away. And if your shoulders are really tight, relax and let it bounce down and open. And then change the angle a little bit. Open up the hands wider and start to work your way out. As you bounce, just go out to like a Y. And then bring them back up. And then bring that all the way in. You're going to spin to your right. Right foot's going off in front of you. The left foot's going to go off behind you for single arm circles. Reach the right arm straight forward. The left arm is over the top of it, and the head is laying to the side. You'll open up and reach that circle. Send the bell away. Try to reach past the bell as you circle so that you're always in tension. But then also looking for speed bumps, trying to get through the little speed bumps of the movement. And if you have no pain, you can go faster. Switch directions of your circle. So you're going to go around again. You guys are so good. Well, then you're going to go onto your back, switch sides. I wish I had taped this at the beginning. We could do like time lapse of your form. Okay, so left foot is forward, the right foot is back off your mat. And then reach your left arm forward, your right hand's going to go over the top. And then reach far forward. Yeah. As your arm passes through that top diagonal angle, you should feel the stretch of the hip. If you don't feel the stretch of the hip, your foot's too close to you. You need to send it back. And then speed it up. If you've got no pain, open it up. Let the bell take you a little faster. Then switch directions. And even as you're going in this direction, send the ball far and away.
I just want to make sure I'm hitting in the face.
And then if you're ready, go a little quicker. Good, and then bring that all the way in. Really good. And then, come on. Let's go right to swimmer now. So you're going to sit on the ball and put your feet forward, take the bells through. And then push through the feet.
You guys want to stagger?
Yep. Oh yeah, for swimmer. Thanks, Bob. Let's stagger so it looks good. And it works
Yeah,
well.
that's what I was thinking. All about visual.
Bob wants to set his arms around, but yeah, we need it. Okay, so stagger a little bit. Square up your feet and widen your knees. Drop your torso through and then push and pull through the feet. Try to keep all the toes on the ground. So if this is new to you, you'll feel a stretch through the top of the foot, and you'll feel the low hamstrings open up. If you've been doing this a while, you're probably not feeling that as much anymore, which is a good thing.
I just want to know why the Goodlets obviously got a message that they were being filmed today.
Yeah, and they match.
Color coordinated.
It's mother-daughter ball work.
Makeup on. You're
That's
just naturally beautiful.
That's just 19, Bob. That's what happens at 19. We all did that at one time, but now we're wiser. Beauty fades, but wisdom and humor
Are all that remain.
Your wife is in the room, so I watch out. All right, take a breath, set it to your feet, exhale, pull through, swim around, swim again, and then send the balls through. Relax the knees, take a breath, set the feet, pull, reach, and through, relax, set and pull, swim, and come in. Don't let the bells come closer to you. So as you pull away, push them away, and bring them through again. Try to keep the torso flat. Hollow the abs back, reach the head through the mirror. You're gonna go for 2 more. Set, reach, swim, swim, and then one more, head down. Pull, reach, reach, and rest. Good, and then stand up and come around the back of the ball. Bells will go in front. 4, forward bell lift. So your feet are gonna anchor into the ground, hollow the abs, and get the balls on the backs of your hands. Then take your chin to your ball. I can't do it because of the mic, but take your chin to the ball, and you can roll back if you need to. Take a breath, and then use the mid-low back to lift the bells off the ground. So drive into the deep V of the back, and get the mid back and the lats really involved so that the neck doesn't have to do all the work. You'll just go for maybe 2 more there. Good, and then drape yourself over the ball. Flip your hands so your palms are out, your thumbs are back, your head is dangling and relaxed. So lower the head toward the floor, and then use the mid back, drive the elbows to the ceiling. So again here, using the wings of the back instead of the traps, the high traps and neck. And then coming up out of the feet, flip your hands so the hands are facing the water. Reach through the body, so all the way through the top of the head and the heels. Hollow the abs, send the bells back toward your heels, and then squeeze in as you go away from yourself. So push the bells away and then squeeze up and in. And then move it quicker for more action of the triceps, a little quicker reverse of the muscles. And then bring that one all the way down. This time you're going to take the bells behind you so that they're out of your way. In front row, you might have to walk back a little bit. And then going to your thighs and knees. Okay, so thighs and knees are where you start. If your kneecaps aren't on the ball's not going to end up in the right place. Then press your waist to the ceiling, drive your hands through the floor, face the ball, and then lower back down. And then again up and press. And then we're going to change this, so you're going to go to a slower lower down and then a quicker up. So press up, hips to the ceiling, and then you're going to hollow. Keep your hollow and then lower, 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 resisting with the hollow, and then pop back up. Okay, and then resist, 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 pop back up. And again, slowly down, quick up. And then one more, and then you're either going to do that or you're going to rest, or you're going to cross your feet if you've done this a lot, and you're going to go side to side. And then bring that back up to center, take it all the way back. Rest. A little 10-second rest. And then this time you're going to come up, you're going to go feet on top of the ball. So you're going to walk it all the way out. Bring your knees in, and then push your ball back so that the tops of your feet are on the ball. So you've got to be able to press down into the ball with the top of the foot. And then push into handstand, and then hug knees to chest. And you go quick, 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 quick. And then you'll go to one side. And then you go back to the middle. And then you'll go to the other side. And then back to the middle. And then down. Hello. Okay. Ready? And then scissors. That's okay, they're so much better than they were. Okay, elbows are, hands are out to your side now, elbows are soft. You'll bend your right knee, lift your right foot, push your left foot away, and twist. Oh yeah. And then bring it back in. Bend the left leg, lift it up, push the right leg away, and twist. And then bring it back. Okay, bend, lift, and reach. And then bring it through. And if you've been doing this a while, see how smoothly you can make the transition. So you just roll through, make it one movement instead of 3. And if you're new to it, the key is the bottom leg. So if you're like, why can't I twist up? It's the bottom leg that has to push away to spin the ball. Oh, Grace is Bailey's middle name.
And then you're not being Grace.
Aspirational.
Your mom knows
That's funny. All right, and then bring that back to center. You're coming behind your ball. You'll get your bells on your feet. If you've never done this, if you have heavy bells too, and you've never done this with heavy bells, you can try it with a heavier bell. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Okay, so you're gonna go left leg up. Arms are going out to the side. I'm gonna come up because this isn't gonna work. The microphone on. All right, so left leg's going up. Arms out to the side. Push your left leg to the ceiling, and then spin onto your right leg. And take your left leg across the body. Hold on, Mark. Mark's having a technical difficulty over here.
Heavier weights.
Oh, heavier weights, they took you down? Yep, okay, now relax your bottom leg and let your spine drift toward the floor. So you should feel like you're hanging from your bottom leg. And then toss your top leg. So you're tossing the bell toward the floor and then letting it respond up. We don't want to lose any green tea. So allow the bounce. So when it comes up, it's just a response. So you're tossing down to bounce up, down to bounce up. It's just like side toss, but now we're doing it for the hip. And then you're reaching for the hand that you're going towards. So you're trying to get that leg to release toward the hip. A little bit. Relax the spine, drop the hips. There it is. Relax the bottom leg. I know, but don't try. Just relax. There you go. Okay, and then bring that back to center. Climb yourself back up the ball, fix your pants, or do whatever you need to do. And get your hips up pretty high. Pretty high. So you should feel like you're hanging like a hammock before you start. Like your hips are the anchor point, and then you are the hammock. Okay, reach the right leg up, push it away, spin onto your left leg. Bailey, come down and get a little closer to your ball. Like pop your hips pretty far up, and then get them on the ball. Like,
Come on, Grace.
okay, now go. Yeah, so now you'll get more on.
much easier.
Yes, so now you're gonna get onto that leg. Yeah. Good, and then make sure that the bottom leg stays relaxed. Let the torso sling down toward the floor, and then as you toss the leg, you're getting a nice stretch in the upper back too. And then you're gonna bring that back up onto your backs. Rest for just a second, and then take your bells off when you've calmed down. And bring your bells. Actually, if you move them to the side, there'll be a little braking system. And then you'll go heels on top of the ball. And we're going to kickbacks. So we're going to go right leg is going up first. And you'll peel the core off the floor and then slowly let it down. So you're trying to go quick up, slow down, quick up, slow down, quick up, slow down. Then change the angle of the leg and kick it over the opposite shoulder. So by using the strong core, you're releasing the hamstring that is slinging. And then take the leg open over the other shoulder, over the same side shoulder. And then come down. And then switch legs. So left leg's going up. Okay, and then peel from the hips. The foot is light on the ball, so you get air off the ball and then catch it. And that's all going to depend on the amount of intensity you put into your core instead. And then go across to the right shoulder. And then open to the left shoulder. come on up. Okay. On your front, and you're going to go back with the bells. So the bells are going to go on the soles of the feet. Okay, then go forward over the ball. And hands are going wide. I always feel like a Muppet when I'm doing this. Like Elmo is gonna come out. Alright, so feet are gonna go together, knees are going wide. The bells are touching. And then let your upper body just be relaxed. Tip your hips toward the ball. And then use your glutes and press the bells up. So if your hips are tipped toward the ball and you're hollowed in the abs, so you should feel like you're drawing away from the ball with your core. And then that's gonna make the movement. Watch the movement shall we come from the hip, not from the knee. There you go. So if you're tipped and hollowed away from the ball, then your movement's only gonna be a few inches. Whereas if you're relaxed through the pelvis, you could go up a foot. And try to keep it concentrated into the low glute, high hamstring. And then straighten out your left leg, bend your right, and drop your right heel across your left leg. And then take it out to the side. And then start to move it back and forth. Go slowly enough that you feel balanced in the muscles of the hip as you go across side to side. And then picture the thigh bone scooping out the hip socket. So you want the thigh bone to be able to move. And feel for that internal rotation of the hip. So as the heel goes out, your hip is rotating in. Or your thigh is rotating in. And then try to balance it out so that no one muscle has control over the others. Make it as smooth and as airy as you can in the joint. Switch legs. So the right leg will go long, the left leg will bend. Drop the left heel across the body, and then bring it out to the side. And then picture the thigh bone cleaning out the socket. If this is hard for you to get the full range of motion each way, it helps a lot to think about the head of the thigh bone, and it should scour the hip like you're cleaning a pan.
Such a pleasant analogy.
It does, I know, but it is. It's called scouring the joint to clean the crud out of your joint. Okay, and then smooth it out and use every muscle equally. You've scoured a few pans in your day. Especially when other people don't do it right.
You live in our house?
Okay, and then bring that one away. Okay, we're going to do the ab series on the mat, but sometimes we'll do it against the ball, but we'll do it on the mat today. So you're going to go bells off to the side, and go heels up on top of the ball. And then hands are by your side. You'll go to inchworm. So just the heels on the ball. You'll exhale, pop the hips up, take a breath. And then exhale and peel that back down. Then when your hips touch the floor, breathe in. Exhale, lift up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, peel down. And go again, breathe in at the bottom. Exhale. And we'll go one more like that, and then we're going to open to frog and do it a different way. Okay, so now let your soles of the feet go together. Knees are going to go out to the side like goddess pose or cobbler's pose in yoga. And hands hands are by your side. So the edges of your feet are on the ball. Take a breath and then fire up and hollow as you fire up. So don't just shove the hips up, but hollow out, take a breath, and then exhale and peel the spine down. And then as the hips touch the floor, take a breath, fire up, hollow, take a breath, and peel down. And just go for one more there, because for some people this might be a little sensitive in the hip, especially like the back of the hip as you press up. So it takes a little getting used to. And then come down. Okay, and then bring the ball back to your ball stand. Grab one of your bells. And you'll sit tall with the feet down, pressing down into the floor, lift the bell up. And then lower down, slowly peeling halfway down, or maybe a third down your spine, and then pop back up. And then peel down, and pop back up. You can inhale down, and then exhale, shoot out of it. Or if your back is tight, then exhale down, and stretch the spine, and then lift up. And you'll go for two more. And then one. Now peel back into that C curve. Take the bell down above your knees and just move the bell side to side. So trying to stay strong in the core. Go ahead and toss it. So staying strong in the core as you work the bell across. You'll feel as the bell hits your hand, just like when we were standing, the core will fire as the bell hits your hand. And then come up and rest for a second. Reset, so you'll sit tall, and then exhale, scoop. Then take the bell to the right, keep your scoop, take the bell to the left, and the hips stay locked underneath you, and you just move the bell side to side. So there's no movement of the low back, it's all front of the core, the obliques, and then the lats. So the lats are loading as you move the ball. So you should feel this drive of the elbow down and back to reverse direction. So think if you were throwing a ball, you'd have to cock it back in the lat and then chuck it. And you'll probably notice that your dominant side will do that better than the other one will. And then come up. Okay, let's go on, let's do on the floor first. So lift the bell up. Exhale, peel down through the spine all the way to the floor. Inhale and reach the bell overhead. And then exhale, drive your rib cage down, and then your hands come back up. Then your head, your shoulders, your ribs, and your waist. Take a breath, exhale, peel down, and roll. Inhale to take the bell back. And then exhale, ribs go down and up. You'll go for one more there, peeling all the way down and open and all the way back up. And then come back up onto your ball. So grab two bells. And you're gonna go squat with reach one more time since we just did all that forward. Now we're gonna go backward again. So coming in to the deep squat. And now that your hips are open too, so when you first come in, you get a lot of movement out of the feet, but try to bring your feet forward a little bit and bring your hips or your heels just a little more in line with your toes. And then drive into the ball. Hands are going to go by your shoulders, and then squat and reach all the way overhead, and then bring it back in. You can circle around whenever you're ready if you feel like it. Just open things back up. You also might like to spend some time up on your ball with your head back and just get a stretch through the neck. Go for maybe 3 or 4 more. Come all the way up. You'll take your ball back to the ball stand. Let's grab your blue Bosu ball. Bells will go down in front. The toes will go wider than the mat. Heels will go wider than the mat. Maybe on the mat if you've got shorter legs. Then you're gonna reach the ball up. Hollow from your abs. Lift from your spine. And then as you lower down, press your toes down into the floor and drive your knees out over your feet. So your knees go back, then hollow up and reach really high. Okay, and then lower down, drive the knees back, hollow, push and lift. You should feel a scoop as you go up as if you're gonna toss the ball away. Okay, sit down and then exhale, toss. Two more there. And then last one. Very nice. Just take that down. Grab your ball one last time. Feet are going forward. And you'll inhale, reach the ball away, lift your tailbone. And then exhale, roll up halfway into cat. Just dangle your fingers on top of the ball, stretch the neck. And then inhale, reach it long and away. Lift your tailbone, press your feet into the floor. And exhale, roll up, bone by bone. And last time, reach all the way out. Lengthen, lift the tail. And then scoop. And roll back. And as the ball comes towards you, you're going to inhale, breathe up tall. Exhale it out. And you're going to go for two more, lifting and reach. Exhale. And last one, all the way up. And all the air out. Very nice. Thanks, you guys. I even finished with a song, I'd like to say. So hopefully the camera stayed on.
Suze, how old is